What's going on, guys? It's your boy CBS back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the UFC 195, and I'm going to be recapping that pay-per-view. So if you have not seen the pay-per-view, this is spoilers, so don't watch the video. So in my previous video, I talked about letting you guys in on who I am and the things that I like other than just Destiny. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be talking about the UFC 195 fight. So if you're not used to this from my channel, I'm sorry, but this is something I do want to do more of in the future. So let's talk about the pay-per-view, and I'm only going to be talking about the actual pay-per-view. I'm not going to be talking about the prelims because they're just prelims, and I mean they'll be important later, but I'm just going to talk about the pay-per-view itself. So the first fight, the Trujillo fight, was decent. I thought that Tony Sims went in for a good takedown, and Trujillo just caught him with a good guillotine choke. The Brian Ortega fight versus Diego Brandao, that was a great fight. Ortega wore him down, he wore him out. Brandao kind of came out in the third round super excited and got caught in a triangle choke, and Ortega, he switched his movement so fast and caught him in a beautiful triangle. So that was an awesome fight to watch. The welterweight fight between Larkin and Tumenov was picking him apart with those body shots and great boxing, but Larkin, he lumped that dude's leg up bad. Tumenov won by split decision. I actually thought Larkin was going to win just for the sheer fact that Tumenov could barely walk at the end of the fight. So that was a good fight as well. Miocic knocking out Arlovski in the first round. That one was kind of exciting. I didn't expect that, but to me, you can't deny Miocic a title fight at this point. Whether he's good enough to fight Fabricio Verdum, we'll have to see. But I think he's got the power. He has the discipline. He's got some great wrestling. So I don't see why it wouldn't be a good fight. So we'll have to see about that. So let's talk about the Carlos Condit and Robbie Lawler fight. Now, if you didn't see the fight, again, this is spoiler alert. I don't want to ruin it for you. But Robbie Lawler wins by split decision. And if you watch the fight, Carlos Condit picked him apart for the entire fight. I mean, minus the second round, he caught him flat. Robbie Lawler caught Carlos Condit flat-footed with a nice right hand. But he didn't stagger him. He just caught him and put him on the ground. It wasn't like Carlos Condit was out on his feet or anything. He just got caught flat-footed and got put down. Other than that, Carlos Condit was picking him apart the entire fight. And then midway through the fifth round, Robbie Lawler comes out with these big haymakers and starts putting the work to him. And Carlos Condit at this point had already thrown over 300 strikes at this point. So he's probably really tired. And you could tell Robbie Lawler was worn out from that fight. So it was interesting to see that he came out with a split decision. I really thought that with Carlos Condit landing over 100 more strikes than Robbie Lawler that he would win, but he didn't. So, and even Carlos Condit said in a post-fight interview that he might be done from fighting after this, which is crazy considering he's only 31, and he looked probably the best I've ever seen him look in the UFC. I mean, if you go back to the UFC, I can't remember what UFC number it was, but when he fought GSP for the title, Carlos Condit was still so raw then. I know he was already a WEC champion back then, or previously, but he was still raw when he fought GSP. And when to come out here at 31 and look as polished as he did and then lose, I mean, I could understand his frustration. But again, this is why you don't leave it up to the judges. So that's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think of the pay-per-view. I was kind of hoping to see Robbie Lawler get knocked out just because I feel like Carlos Condit has finally got to that point where he's earned it, but he just didn't do enough to finish it. I mean, there's something that goes along with being a champion, and that's one of them is swaying the judges. So if you don't go and take the title from the champion, it's hard to say you deserve to win. So with that being said, my name is CBS. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave your comments below on what you think of the UFC 195 pay-per-view, and also let me know what you guys think of the upcoming UFC Fight Night title fight between TJ Dillashaw and Cruz. I think that fight's going to be awesome. Cruz does not take damage, and Dillashaw has a big mouth, so I'm excited to see if Dillashaw can actually live up to the hype that he's got surrounding him right now. So as always, be safe, subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
That's it. He's out. The fight is over. Wow. Robbie Lawler wins by knockout.
What are you waiting for? Do it! Yes, you can!